All right, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, I am checking in on a few different things. Blessings and best regards. This is Dr. Kevin. It is Transformation Tuesday, and we're going to dive in just a second about what that is. I want to see how I'm sounding, checking on volume levels. Got the music going. There's been a lot happening in the world, and I'm wondering if you're noticing, of course. However, yes, there's stuff outside, but we're talking about inside today. And this is the most important game in the world, if I may be so bold to proclaim. So let me know how I'm doing. How's the volume? How is the sound? Please give me some thumbs up. Make a comment in the chat and let me know if I'm coming in good. The levels look good over here. And I'm happy about that. So let's take a look. I'm going to start with something today. And I came across this quote. Somebody sent me a book on Amazon to check out, and boy, I'm looking at the excerpts from apparently a very well-known journalist. However, unable to locate this journalist online, but it's a different language. I think it appears to be a German or someone of course, European descent. But this quote I found looking for this book. Check it out. Here's the book right here. It's called The Psychic Roots of Disease, a New Medicine. This is, of course, a color version here. However, this quote was down at the bottom of this of the description of this book, and it really struck me. So I wanted to share that today because when we're talking about this book right here, The Psychic Roots of Disease, it goes right into alignment. Maybe I'm a little close here, I apologize, but it goes right into alignment of what I wrote here in the book Decode Your Pain back in 2017. And so what we're talking about here in Transformation Tuesday is basically how to understand that communication that's coming from a place in the subconscious mind, meaning the place that is running below the surface of your awareness. So that's a deep dive. I don't want to go too much into that. However, subconscious, all right? There's a wonderful picture. In fact, I'll pull it up right now so we can all look at it together. Let's see, a iceberg and conscious, subconscious. Okay, let's take a look at this together. All right, so this is the kind of infographic I've been looking for. Yeah, that's exactly right. So let's make this a little bigger. Hopefully I can zoom in the right spot that I want to show you. Get it closer. There it is. Perfect. All right, so here we have an image of an iceberg over here on the right. All right, and this has been likened to our conscious mind. 10% willpower, analysis, decisions. Maybe this is where we get our 10% reference in popular culture about, oh, we only use 10% of our brain. Well, that's not exactly true. Well, today the title is A New World. Well, a new world requires new thinking, requires new questions, and this new world has been researched definitely more than last 100 years, and this, in essence, been proven to the upper echelon of thinkers and researchers that what the average person believes isn't necessarily the reality that we're all operating in. And so in the healing arts, the holistic healing arts specifically, the ones that do not use drugs, that do not use surgery, however, there's a whole world of knowledge, and this book specifically starts diving into something that I've been sharing for quite a long time. I'm very proud to be sharing this. And also, so many great things I want to share with you. This book I'm currently reading this book right now, Science Spirituality, Bridging Science Spirituality. It's basically chronicling the new scientific ways of testing and identifying these other layers and levels that are previous tools to detect the human condition, to detect our reality. Weren't even invented yet, and weren't even testable processes to do that yet. Now it's well documented. Now it's definitely seeping out into more and more pockets of healthcare, and frankly, it is seemingly putting all the other models out to waste paper, as we are seeing right here in this quote. Look at this. If this doctor is right, and this isn't the only doctor talking about this knowledge, if this Dr. Hammer is right, then our conventional medical books hold no more value than waste paper. Oh my goodness. Like, let's take a minute. Like, soak that in for a second. Soak that in for a second. This is a deep statement. Deep, deep, deep. No more than waste paper? Could our medical books and journals be no more value than waste paper? Why? How could I possibly say that to you? Well, because of this other 90% of the level of the mind which is operating you automatically. That's why people act like their moms and their dads without them thinking about it. That's why you can say something to one of your friends. It's just like your mom, just like your dad. And boy, they laugh. They may get a little angry, but they'll laugh their ass off because they know it's true. Why? Because of this part of the brain power, the 90%. It's operating all the time. And we can literally create our reality. We can really see our reality. We can either shut ourselves off or open ourselves up. And that's the name of the game. And in the book, Decode Your Pain, we have, here we go. Let's do this. We have an appendix right in the back. And this is part of what's the free download. When you go to drkevintransformations.com, you start to discover the axis of the body map. And why is this book important? Because I weave together a number of concepts that each of these topics these books dive deeply into. We don't necessarily need to know all that data. The concepts and stories I share about my life and my patients' lives, and this map right here really does an amazing job of getting you to where you need to be. Now from there, part of it is learning how to interpret the signals, and that's what the Transformations program is all about. I showed you that opener right there. And so wherever your pain is at in your physical body, there's a symbolic metaphor in which your subconscious mind is relating it to. Essentially, that's what this book is going to be sharing you. Now, I don't have anything tied to this book. However, The Psychic Roots of the Disease, A New Medicine, The 5 Biological Laws of Nature is an essential desk reference book for medical professionals, family practitioners, therapists, naturopathic professionals, clinicians, and patients, with over 500 case studies of research findings of the Germanic New Medicine. So in Europe, they're quite more advanced in the holistic healthcare arena. Let me pull up a few other things. Let's look at the back, the inside. There was something I read I wanted to show everybody. That's okay. It's quite all right. So where was I? Here we go. This is an article I found just searching around. Empathy is proprioceptive. So this is a huge statement. Empathy, an emotional state where you're sensing another's state of being based on their story they're sharing, or even if they're saying nothing, just the act of holding them. You can sense that. Okay, empathy. Now, what is proprioceptive? Proprioceptive is a signal that the body sends back to the brain, letting the body know how it's moving and what's the position it's in. Is it moving in a proper way? And if it's not, it's called nociception, like noxious, like gross, makes you want to vomit. Noxious. Proprioceptive is proper. It's appropriate. It's empowering, actually. And in fact, the brain requires it to function. This is why life is motion. This is why movement of your body is good for your brain. Movement of your body is good for everything in your body. Anyway, that being said, empathy is proprioceptive. So this is a huge statement. What is it saying? It's saying something about our experience as a human, as far as our empathy to sense people, is from a physical property that the body's experiencing. That's huge. Not like you can wrap your mind around someone's situation. What this article in the medical journal, and this is the proper place you want to see it at. U.S. National Library of Medicine, National Institute of Health. Okay? So basically what this is saying is that our physical body is picking up signals from our environment, from another human in our environment, and we're feeling their story. We literally hold our emotions and other people's emotions, other people's stories, other people's karma, other people's experiences in our physical body. This is saying a huge statement. And if you want this article, in fact, I want to put that right in the comments right now. Here's the article that I am referring to. Boom. That's in the chat right now. So look up that article, read it. It's really cool. And I dove into quite a bit of it. And let's take a look at the conclusion together here. The conclusion, let me just so you can see that part. Let me bring it up. All right. The philosophical discussion offers fertile impulses for medical education and the training of empathic communication skills, meaning you can literally feel if your doctor's engaged with you or not. You can literally feel if they give an F or not. So how about them apples? And well, because I am in a non-mainstream system, I get to hear all kinds of stories about what goes on in the mainstream system. And boy, that is it's a sad story on many levels. And there's a lot of wonderful people doing a lot of very amazing things to help bring peace and help to people. Though where I believe the conversation needs to be had is, well, how do we get there in the first place? What are the policies? What are we teaching our young people? What are we doing out there that is leading to this? Because there's enough, that's the effect. That's the byproduct. So what's the causes of this? And there's a number of things that I think, I see it being hidden from the main conversation. And many times the main conversation is being distracted to focus on this topic while really not looking at the cause of anything. So anyway, I digress. With that being said, how do we turn this on to our own personal growth, our own personal awareness? Well, that's what Transformation Program is all about. Now, I didn't prepare a video to show you that, but you can go to my personal webpage, drkeving.com, drkeving.com. You can see all the links in the description. It goes to each of the programs to connect so you can help personally grow and get better in your life. And that's the nature of the game. If I help you, you can help somebody else. That's the rising tide principle. All things are better with the rising tide, meaning all ships are lifted with the tide. So if we can all continue to make pushes in our own individual lives, which is my 4 Foundations program, goodness gracious, I want to make sure that you have all the possibilities to enhance your life as best as possible. And I've learned from masters that have helped me turn on my life, my brain, my business, my career, my personal life, everything. And I want to pass that forward because that's an important thing. And then you can pass it forward. Even better. Blessings and best regards. Oh, I'm smacking my mic. Blessings and best regards. Post a comment. Let me know if I can be helpful. And if you found this valuable, share this with a friend. Comment, hit a like button. That helps open it up to more people. And if you really want to get connected, go to one of the links. Start working your way through the process. And I'll see you on the other side. Blessing and best regards. I'm Dr. Kevin. Let's do this one.